Good morning, students. In today's lecture session, we will discuss capital markets in detail. The lecture will cover various types of capital markets, then features, then functions of capital markets, followed by the problems which are faced by the investors and the various preventive measures which are taken by the SEBI to protect the investors. The capital markets are the markets in which long-term investments greater than 1 year are done. In capital markets, both equity and debt instruments like equity shares, preference shares, and debentures are traded. Both individual as well as various institutions can participate in buying and selling of various securities. The functioning of capital markets is almost similar to the money market. It provides a link between the investors, or we can say it provides a link between the buyers and the lenders. And the capital market is further divided into primary market, which deals in the issue of fresh securities, and the second one is secondary market, in which the existing securities are traded. Next comes the features of capital markets. The first one is it forms a link between the borrower and the lender. So it links a person having a surplus fund with the person who requires the funds for some other investments or to start some new business. Then is it deals in long-term investments. So capital markets is a market that in which the long-term securities are traded. It provides long-term investment avenues to the investors. The borrowers can raise funds for a longer period from the capital market. Then it is regulated by the government. This is the important one. So it works as per the regulation of the government. The regulatory body, that is SEBI, Security and Exchange Board of India, was set up by the government to look into the working of the capital market. SEBI controls and monitors the functioning of capital market. It protects the interest of the investors and prevents the occurrence of frauds and malpractices in the capital market. Then the capital market is of two types, that is primary and secondary. Primary, in which new securities are traded, and secondary, in which the old securities are traded. We will discuss this later on. Then next one is the capital market determines the capital formation rate. So it reflects the rate of growth of economy. We can say that the growth of economy depends upon the growth of capital market. So capital market circulates the fund among different sectors of the economy. The large infrastructure development projects of the government, which are very important for the economic development of the country, depend upon the capital markets to raise their funds. We can say that capital markets play a very prominent role in capital formation in the economy. Then is there are intermediaries involved with the capital market, like the brokers, sub-brokers, underwriters. These intermediaries interact with the customers and communicate all the information related to capital market to the customers. Then it provides liquidity. So the capital market, we can say, is highly liquidable market, as the instruments which are traded in the capital markets can be easily converted into cash whenever there is any requirement of cash by the investors. Then the last one is it has variety of instruments. So there are variety of instruments which are traded in the capital markets. The people or the investors, according to their risk taking abilities and convenience, can choose from the available set of instruments, financial instruments. So these are some of the basic features of capital markets. Capital markets are responsible in providing strength to the economy. It is one of the best source of finance for the companies and offer a variety of investment avenues to the investors. Here are some of the important functions of capital markets. The first one is mobilization of savings. As we have already discussed, that capital markets forms a link between the borrowers and the lenders. This link helps in mobilization of savings, and through this mobilization of savings, the financing of long-term investments is done. And second is capital markets accelerates the economic growth. So capital markets help in proper allocation of funds from the people with surplus funds to the people who need money. Through this, the expansion of industry and trade takes place in both the public and the private sectors, thus contributing towards the economic growth of the country. Then is the capital market facilitates the settlement of transactions within a definite time schedule. So this also helps in saving the time of the concerned parties or the investors. The proper facilitation of transaction settlements helps in improving the confidence level of investors in the capital markets. Then the capital markets also offer the insurance against the market or the price risk. This insurance is offered through derivative trading. Then the capital markets play a very important role in the capital formation in the economy. It transfers the idle or lying funds to the more productive and development sources. Then is continuous availability of funds for the economy. So it provides the continuous funds for long-term investments avenues to the investors. And then finally, the capital market facilitates the trading of all the securities by providing the minimum transaction and information costs. Capital markets are further divided into two types, that is the primary market and the secondary market. Primary market is a market which is concerned with the issue of new securities. So here the securities are issued for the first time to the investors. So sometimes it is also known as the new issue market. The main function of a primary market is capital formation for new companies or for new projects. So it helps the investors to invest their savings or surplus funds in the companies who are starting some new projects or are looking for some expansions. So the companies raise money in the primary market through securities such as the shares, debentures or loans, and even preference shares. Whereas the secondary market, which is also commonly known as the stock market or stock exchange, the securities are bought and sold by the existing securities. Remember, the existing securities are bought and sold by the investors. The main point of difference between the primary and the secondary market is only that in primary market new securities are issued, whereas in secondary market the trading of already existing securities is done and there is no fresh issue in the secondary market. So these are the two types of capital markets. These are the methods of raising capital through primary market. The first one is through public issue. In this case, an public appeal is made to subscribe the new shares by the company. Some companies sell shares directly to the public, and while some companies take help of the brokers. The company appoints an advertising agency to advertise about the issue of new shares. The public issue can be further divided into two types, that is the IPO, that is initial public offer, and the follow on public offer. Let's first discuss the IPO. So in this method of raising securities, the company sells the shares or the stock to the general public for the first time, whereas in the second method, that is offer for sale method, instead of offering the shares directly to the public by the company, it offers through the intermediaries such as the issue houses, the merchant banks, the investment banks, and the brokers. Under this method, the sale of securities takes place in two stages. In the first stage, the issuing company sells the shares to the intermediaries, which is at an agreed price. And in the second stage, the intermediaries resell these securities to the ultimate investors at the market price. This price will be higher. The difference between the purchase price and the issue price represent the profit of the intermediaries. Then the second is through rights issue. So rights issue means new shares which are offered to the existing shareholders. When a company wants to raise additional capital, the securities are first offered to the existing shareholders. If the shareholders do not want to buy the shares, then the company can sell shares to the outside public. And the third one is private placement. The private placement of shares means that the company sells its shares to small group of investors. It can sell to the banks, to the insurance companies, or some other kind of financial institution. So this is an economical and quick method of selling the securities. The company does not sell its shares to the public in case of private placement. So these are the three basic methods through which the capital is raised in primary market. These are some of the problems that are faced by investors in the Indian capital market. First one is price manipulation. So it is very common practice that prices of shares of companies that are proposing to come out with a public issue are artificially pushed up in the market. Then there is oversubscription of shares. Usually when the companies make public issues, and they are oversubscribed many times, a large number of investors lose interest in the money locked with the company. Then there is a lack of transparency, which is another shortcoming of the capital market. The investor does not know the actual rate of return. So the investor should be informed in advance about the rate and brokerage of transaction. Then there is investors grievance issues. So thousands of complaints are received from the investors against the companies and brokers. The complaints includes regarding the refund orders, then the letters of allotment, dividends and brokerage, and some other issues. Then next comes the inadequate disclosure. Availability of complete and correct information is required for developing an investor protection program. So some companies give false and misleading statements in their prospectus so that they can attract and cheat some innocent investors. Then there is insider trading issues, in which a person from within the organization leaks some sensitive data which will impact the working of organization in future. Then there is problem in case of takeovers and mergers, the settlement of funds, and as there is a variation of prices of shares of two or more companies which are merged. So this creates a lot of issues in the capital markets when two different companies with different prices of shares merge together. Then there is problems related to settlement mechanism. The grievance settlement machinery is not working properly. The grievance related to transactions, then payments are not settled quickly as required by the investors. So these problems are hampering the functioning of the Indian capital market. In order to overcome the problems faced by the investors, the Securities and Exchange Board of India, that is SEBI, was established in 1988, which got the legal status in 1992. The main or fundamental objective of SEBI was to protect the interest of the investors in the capital market. So the main functions of SEBI is related to regulate the business of the stock market and other securities market. It promotes the awareness among investors about the safety during the investing in the capital markets. So it also prevents the unfair trade practices like insider trading. So it also regulates the acquisition of shares and takeover of companies. So following are some of the measures which are taken by the SEBI to protect the investors and to regulate the capital market. The first one is establishment of credit rating agencies. So the credit rating agencies like CRISIL, which was established in 1988, then is ICRA, which was established in 1991, and other agency which was CARE was set up in order to assess the financial health of different financial institutions and agencies which are related to the stock market activities. So it is a guide for investors for evaluating the risk of their investments. Then second is increasing of merchant banking activities. Many Indian and foreign commercial banks have set up the merchant banking divisions in the last few years, and these divisions provide financial services such as underwriting facilities, or issue organizing and consultancy services. So it has proved as an helping hand to the investors who want to invest in the capital market. Then it helps in electronic transactions. So due to technological development in the last few years, the physical transaction with more paperwork has been reduced. Now paperless transactions take place. It saves money, energy and time of the investors. Thus it has made investing safer and hassle free, which encourage more and more people to invest in the capital market. The next measure was growth of mutual fund industry. So the growing of mutual funds in India has certainly helped the capital markets to grow. Public sector banks, the financial institutions or the foreign banks in India and foreign countries have launched many new funds. A big diversification in terms of schemes maturity has taken place in mutual funds in India. So this has given a wide choice of securities or a wide choice of investment opportunities for the investors in the capital market. Then SEBI also enables the proper functioning of various stock exchanges like BSE, NSE within the country. Then is investors protection. So under this, the SEBI has set up an investors education and protection fund in 2001. It works in educating and guiding the investors, and it also tries to protect the interest of small investors from various frauds and malpractices which occur in the capital markets. The growth of derivative transactions has given a variety for the investment, leading to the expansion of the capital market. Then there are reforms in the insurance sector. The Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority, that is IRDA, was set up in 2000. It paved the way of private players into insurance sector in India. Then is commodity trading. So along with trading of ordinary securities, the trading of commodities is also encouraged by the SEBI. The multi-commodity exchange, that is MCS, is set up for promoting the commodity trading. So apart from these major reforms, the setting up of Clearing Corporation of India Limited, the venture funds have resulted into the tremendous growth of Indian capital markets. So this is all for today's lecture session. Here are some of the important questions for you to practice. Thank you.